Now it's 2 flags, goes 3529.
Check Kodiak 765, level 15,250 on the speed on the Quen 5.
Kodiak 765, solid course equation, Sierra turn, expect runway 35, descend and maintain 1000.
35, we'll grab Sierra down to 1000, Kodiak 765, thanks.
Sky 4318 reporting installation in sight, 11 o'clock, 28 miles.
Not yet, Sky 4318.
4318, roger, and maintain 210 knots or less.
210 or less, Sky 4318.
Q-line 1092, contact Provo Tower 125.3.
17 heavy, turn left heading 360, join the 34 left localizer, report the field in sight.
Left 360, join the 34 left localizer of the field in sight for Delta 17 heavy.
17 heavy, thanks. So visual approach, turn 34 left.
Third visual to 34 left, Delta 17 heavy.
Run 86109er, did you want to end flight following and try and get a transition through hill? They are active today, or did you want to just go around hill? Roger.
3 Pop Echo, descend and maintain 9,000.
9,000, 3 Pop Echo.
5 Delta 17 heavy.
3 Pop Echo, turn left heading 070.
Left 070, 93 Pop Echo.
Jet 765, clear direct helmet, intercept runway 35, localizer, descend and maintain 10,000.
Helmet, we'll catch the loc down to, what was the altitude again one more time?
10,000.
Down to 10,000, exit at 765, thanks.
Departure Frontier 1902 with you 5.7, climb at 10,000, rugged 1.
Frontier Flight 1902, solid departure radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 230.
230, Frontier 1902.
5, descend and maintain 10,000.
Okay, we have Sierra 10,000, 6 booster go.
That's 3 Pop Echo, I maintain 190 knots or less. I guess the traffic head that you're following has to make it 360 there a little bit high.
Okay, 190 or less, 93 Pop Echo.
2 Pop Echo, thanks. And also let me know if you get Provo in sight, to 2 o'clock in about 15 miles.
Connected to PilotEdge.
Pop Echo with Provo in sight.
3 Pop Echo, thanks. That's 4318, maintain 170 knots to shovel.
170 to shovel, Sky 4318.
Plane 8609er, solid departure, flight altimeter 3017.
4071, 2000, 1210.
Sky 47, solid descend and maintain 9,000.
Descend 9,000, Sky 47.
Runway T5 localizer at about 8 which 12.
10, contact approach 125.7.
4210, 2510, Sky 4210, good day.
Frontier Flight 1902, turn right, direct low fog.
Correct to low fog, Frontier 1902.
37, solid approach, descend and maintain 12,000. Expect the ILS to runway 3, circle to runway 21. Once you get to field set.
Copy down for 12,000, expect the ILS runway 3, circle 21. Once you get to field set. 658, 15,250 knots, information Sierra.
2658, solid clear, expect runway 34 right, descend and maintain 10,000.
34 right, 10,000, so 2658.
3 Pop Echo, contact Provo Tower 125.3.
53, 3 Pop Echo, see ya.
Okay. Delta 434, reduce speed to 250.
Delta 250, Delta 434.
The feedback ability, start pulling the feedback to 210 knots or less, so you get the descent.
We'll go.
Sky 4318, contact Tower 109.05.
Sky 4318.
765, Charlie Airport, 11 o'clock and 3 miles.
Just about sky, inside exit at 765.
Jet 765, thank you. Track to localizer to wheel, foot visual approach 23.5.
Look to wheel, visual 35, XO Jet 765.
Jet 765, maintain 180 knots or greater until turn.
We'll keep it moving, XO Jet 765.
10,000, sorry, 4165.
747, we just keep it 170.
So 170, good 47.
Kodiak 850, Bravo, thank you. Track to localizer to wheel, and your foot visual approach 23.5.
Localizer to wheel and visual 35. 2 minutes to go.
All right. I think I got things set up. The only thing I didn't do was load in the SAM seasons. If I had known it was snowing here at Jackson Hole, then I would have made it winter, but I'm too tired to even mess with that. I'd have to quit, move over my SAM and seasons and all that stuff. So we're just going to get right on to it, and we'll have a day. All right. So let's load. Yeah, 5 hours left. CG's within the window. Spread out the weight evenly. 6210 pounds. Let me see if that matches Eva's economy. Oh, that's including the airplane. 1551. Okay. And fuel is 66. 132. Hop in here. Oh, shut all these doors. Master on. Fuel on. Getting that stuff set up. Let's do nav light. Beacon coming on. Wait till we get 16 NG and we'll add fuel. Adding fuel. Aux BP to standby. We'll do generator and alternators on. Do avionics. And we'll turn on the pitot heat engine bypass. Because it's snowing right now, so I'm gonna have that set up. No bleeds to worry about. Going through my TBM checklist since it's similar, both turboprops. Daso, what's up, bud? Never actually bought this add-on, mostly because Carinardo and Associates lost my trust with the XP11 transition. Yeah, this is made by Thoranda Design, and you probably know that they were, or Dan Clue, or whatever his name is. He was the main developer for Carinardo for putting everything into the X-Plane. So this is Dan Clue's airplane. This is like his baby, and he does a good job when it's the only plane he has to worry about, you know, with his own stuff. But when he works for other companies, he tends to lose some system depth. I'm not a Carinardo fan. I'm not a fan of the developer by any means. Well, I mean, I'm a fan, but I like his work when he actually takes time to make sure the systems and everything work good. But this is actually a nice plane, especially if you want to do VR flying. The G5 or G1000 doesn't look. It's a little small type to see in VR, so I don't like using this in VR, but it's okay. This is kind of silly that you have to have the pop out, but whatever. I'm just using it for FS economy because it holds 9 people. And it gives me different things to mess with, so. Dan is who I have issues with. Yeah, I don't disagree. When he does stuff for his own, Thoranda, it's good. If he does stuff for other people like Carinardo, system depth lacks. All the planes break, and it's like good luck trying to get an update on any Carinardo. So I have like one Carinardo airplane and this Quest Kodiak, and that's pretty much anything that Dan makes that I fly. I have the Piper Cheyenne, which was like $38, and it's not worth $38 because half the switches don't even work, which is pretty typical for Carinardo. They make pretty planes, but system depth is lacking. All right, so we're gonna file an IFR because the weather's bad. 16, we're doing Kodiak, we're slant golf. So we'll see if we get that. And I'm looking to do this number here, so it'd be an Come on. Alpine 2. So we'll brief that here in a moment. I just wanted to get the flight plan filed. We'll tune into some radio frequencies. You tend to be more supportive of Arabesque and Hot Start? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, both of them are my favorite when it comes to GA. Like, the only plane that I fly, or that I enjoy flying VR in X-Plane, is the Arabesque Eclipse 550. That's just an awesome plane in VR. It's crystal clear, everything's legible. And the what was the other one you said? Oh, Hot Start, the TBM. Yeah, I really like the TBM. I do fly that quite often. You own the B200 for 11, but that's it. You had a few others, an XP10. Only jet I have is the CL50. Yep. When Airbus released their Falcon 8X or whatever it's called, I'm definitely going to be partaking in that. Jackson Hole, ATIS 12065. Am I not signed in? It's COM2. One 2625. Oh, jeez. 26, not 65. 12625. Let's try 126.2.
Jack.
And hold short
There we
instructions.
go. Gosh.
Advise on initial contact. You have information, Papa. Jackson HOLE Airport. ATIS information, Papa. 1856 Zulu. Wind 160 at 20. Gust 23. Visibility 8. Light snow. Ceiling 3,700 broken. 4,400 overcast. Temperature -3. Dew point -8. Altimeter 2986. Arriving and departing runway 19 or ILS runway 19 approach and use. Read backhaul runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Papa. Jackson HOLE Airport. ATIS information, Papa. 1856 Zulu.
What I miss here? Yeah, so they have a Falcon sometime in 2020. There's no release date, but check their Facebook page. I'm losing my voice apparently. Probably might have some more. The Hot Start CL65. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that myself. That looks good. Anything Hot Start, I'm probably going to end up getting. Since they tend to be more realistic, agreed. And Camber Gang, we meet again. How you doing, bud? Now for Arabesque, I own the Epic E1000. Never got the G1000. It seems the code for Skyview owners no longer works. I have both, but I don't fly the E1000. I strictly fly the G1000 version of the Epic now. It's the more modern, or it's the most recent one, so there's Skunkcraft Updater works on that one. I guess it works on the other one too. 550 X. Oh, you have the 550 for 10. I have it for 11. I don't have the DA62. It's just too slow for my liking. Camber gang making it. I'm doing the same, bud. That's all we can ask for, huh? All right, Jackson grounds 124.55. Towers 124.55. And pressures 2986.
56789er, contact Denver Center 120.47.
Does this have a backup? Yeah, 29.9. There we go. 6,400.
Finish up 56789er, Denver Center, thank you.
We're at 280. I don't know where the backup compass is on this. No, the 500 for 10, 550 for 11. Oh, okay. Yeah, I never got the 500. So I guess the 550 is like just a different version or model, maybe. Maybe there's some slight changes to the way it looks. I'm not sure. I know for FS Economy I used the 500 version.
Delta 806F.
Oh, it was free on the forums. Cool.
Echo, and then returning your choice to the terminal. Have a wonderful
It wasn't
rest of your
updated
day.
to work on 11's flight model though, so can't use it here. Plus the 550 is only a way to go now. GPS didn't work in the 500 as it was Laminar stock 430. Okay. So no procedures, no airways. Yeah, even the 550 doesn't use airways. It uses airways. It's airway based, but its waypoint is just fix to fix to fix, or VOR. Skyview and real life 500 a custom glass cockpit with nothing special. Oh, okay. Well, that works. All right. So we are going to go to Pocatello. Pocatello. Jackson Hole ground. November 1399er at GA ramp, current with Papa. IFR Pocatello.
1399er Jackson ground standby.
She's probably going to give me a full route. We shall see. How I love and hate it. Oh, FSE. Yeah, I don't like, as long as I make what my monthly bills are for FS Economy, which is I own a plane and at least a 550.
Kodiak 1399er clear to Pocatello Regional Airport, Alpine 2 departure, Kickney, direct, climb via Civic 7, maintain 15,000, expect 16,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 133.25, squawk 2104.
Clear to Pocatello via Alpine 2 departure, Kickney direct. Climb via the Civic at maintain 15,000, expect 16,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure with Salt Lake 133.25, squawk 2104, 1399.
Kodiak 1399er, read back correct, expect runway 19er.
And plan 19er, 1399. You own the CL30, the TBM 850, and the Bell 407. The TBM 850, who's that made? Is that made by Carinardo? However, I am one that quickly falls into the must fly, the most profitable, which means back and forth flights from San Diego, where I get 6 green jobs. I keep trying to stick to say the black jobs or so on, but I fall. Yeah, I stick with the green jobs too. Causes burnout. Yeah, I agree. So I do a lot of the Denver flying with my Eclipse between Eagle, Aspen, Denver, and Springs. So I do all my VR flying. I don't stream those typically. I usually do those in the evenings because they're only like 45-minute total, like maybe an hour tops because the plane is so simple to operate. So I don't even stream, but I'll put in VR and I'll fly to like Denver to Aspen on I did that last night actually, on FS Economy. And it's a quick $3,800 and you know, it's fun to fly around the mountains in VR. All right, so let's get this flight plan entered. We're gonna go to menu.
Albuquerque ground,
Delete.
667 Sierra Bravo, ready for taxi with information Gulf. I'm on the west side near Kilo and Echo 1.
North Shuttle 502 Oakland Center, roger.
Man, that guy's so distorted.
Hey there, bud. Number 667 Sierra Bravo Albuquerque ground. Do you prefer runway 8 or 3? And advise you do have information Gulf.
Prefer runway 8, and I do have information Gulf 70 Bravo.
Alright, so if we have Gulf, let's figure out how we're going to get you out of here VFR. Ceiling is 600 broken.
Jack, where's Jack? Jackson Hole, and we're gonna clear that.
70
we're gonna
Bravo,
go
okay.
to,
Let me think about that.
Meadow. I PIH. I'm going to do a procedure, departure, Alpine 2. We're going to load, except we're going to delete Idaho Falls VOR. And there's our flight plan. Set up the autopilot here next. The Epic far outperforms the TBM. It really does, man. Like for my FS Economy, I prefer the Epic over the TBM. Like I do the TBM also, but I mean, for performance, if you want to get somewhere quick with the same alias, I mean, the Epic is just way faster than the TBM. Like the Epic will do 260 knots compared to like 205 for the TBM. I don't know if that's real world data, but that's certainly how it works in the sim. So it earns more profit. However, the TBM is much closer to the specs in FSC. Yeah, see, that's what I agree with. I think the Epic is overpowered. They're both within tolerance of the alias of the 850, yeah. So you can fly a few planes with the 850 alias, which is kind of cool. Alright, so where's my altitude? So we're going to go to 15,000 first. And we're going to VS, where's VS? Vertical speed. To, I guess, 1,000. And 19. I don't need flaps, just checking them. Transponders 2104.
Albuquerque ground, November 667 Survival ready to taxi with information Zulu. I'm on
my microphone's killing me. I have my volume all the way down. It's so loud.
667 Sierra Bravo, roger, thanks for Zulu, runway 8, taxi via Echo 1. And hold short runway 12.
Alright. Taxi light on. Where's my icing? I might need that on takeoff.
Taxi Echo 1.
Windshield on.
Runway 8, Taxi Echo 1, hold at 1270.
Alright. Wish I could make that person go away, and it's kind of creepy. The Epic is carbon fiber body for almost the same engine, so it's 1/4 the weight. So that's why it's so much faster. Because I was wondering if the Epic is just like where are they getting their data from? Because it's supposed to be this or close to the same engine, if not the same engine, but the Epic is just way faster. And in real life, wouldn't the Epic be cheaper than the TBM? I don't know. Now, if you mention this to Toto, he'll argue that the Epic being experimental means there's no official yeah, I can see that argument. Yep, that would make sense. Alright, so what am I doing here? I'm gonna have to taxi way up there. ATIS.
Back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Quebec.
Quebec.
Jackson HOLE Airport. ATIS information Quebec. 1956 Zulu. Wind 230 at 16. Visibility 8. Light snow. Few clouds at 2,200. Ceiling 3,000 broken. 3,800 overcast. Temperature -3. Dew point -1. Altimeter T990. Arriving and departing runway 19er. ILS runway 19 approaching you. Read back all runway assignments and hold
for release. Number 909er Mike, read back correct, hold for release, and verify equipment suffix. Okay, then we need to change your cruise altitude. Slant Golf aircraft aren't RVSM certified.
I feel like this...
909er Mike, will fly level 270 work for you.
It's taking a while for it to warm up. Why?
Number 909er Mike, roger. You expect flight level 270 within 10 minutes of your departure. And holding for release, call back on this frequency short of the runway, ready to go first in line.
It's set. Let's turn the auto off.
Albuquerque Tower, 6670, holding at 12, head Echo 1.
There we go. Now it's climbed. What in the world?
Number 7 Sierra Bravo, you're still with ground, and if you can try really quickly turning down the volume on your microphone a bit, it is so overmodulated, it's quite overpowering.
7 Sierra, I will do that.
Jackson Hole ground, Kodiak 1399, GA ramp, current with Quebec, radio taxi.
Number 139er Jackson ground, runway 19er, taxi via Alpha.
19er via Alpha 1399. Hey Gizmo, no face.
November 789.
Do I have it turned off? There you go. I forgot about that. Alright. What's the trim set on this? Trim it up a little bit. There we go. So, anyone arriving? Looks like the next arrival from Chicago is at 15:30, so we're not going to have anyone arriving. And departing is not till 16, so we're not going to see any takeoff or landings, which is fine.
Albuquerque Tower, 6670 Bravo, holding at 12 at Echo 1.
He didn't do anything for his microphone.
Number 667 Sierra Bravo, Albuquerque Tower, roger. Will you give a departure instruction?
70 Bravo, that is correct.
Number 7 Sierra Bravo, roger. Wind 200 at 4, runway 8, cleared for takeoff.
But Deso or Soda, or
Clear takeoff, runway 8, 70 Bravo.
But anyway, this plane is actually worthwhile buying because it has floats too, and the new water programming or whatever, how these planes handle the water, it's actually pretty decent. Like, it feels realistic. I mean, I've never landed a plane in the water, but if I were to guess how one would feel, I mean, it feels right. I tried landing, the Cessna with the floats when, like a year and a half ago, and it just was stupid. But this thing handles the water pretty realistically. It's actually fun to fly this. Like, I did that around Seattle with a buddy of mine. We did it on VATSIM. We did some bush flying around the Seattle area, and it was actually pretty fun. This thing handles really well and floats. And when you have the floats loaded, there's this thing here that you can use to lower and raise the gear. And then to steer on the ground, you have to use your foot pedals. Whoop. Wasn't paying attention. DAS. That's right, DAS. D-A-S. All right, so we got, turn that thing off. No, actually, yeah, I'll turn it off. Got landing lights, strobes. Torpedo warning. We're gonna rotate it about 80 knots.
Number 7 Sierra Bravo, contact departure.
Contact departure, 70 Bravo.
Golly, I hope he goes to a different channel than me. So we're gonna climb at around 100 knots, all right. And tower is 1807.
Number 667 Sierra Bravo, Albuquerque departure. Verify squawk 1443.
Departures 13325. Three 1807.
Number 34999 Mike, thank you. Release for departure now. Clearance void if not off by 2028 Zulu. Time now 2020. If and off in 8 minutes. Call back with your intentions. No later than 10 minutes for exchange approved.
Are you deaf now? All that. Yeah, Gizmo. No, I just have a hard time trying to pronounce his name. So we
November
came up with a
70 Bravo,
shortcut
radar
for his
contact.
name because
11
unless I
southeast of
physically
Albuquerque
hear
VOR,
it,
say altitude.
it's just I've been trying to guess and we gave up
Number
guessing.
70 Bravo, cancel altitude restrictions, resume on navigation and maintain VFR at appropriate VFR altitudes, altimeter 3005.
All right, when am I at? I am at 19er Jackson Hole Tower, Kodiak 1399, hold short 19.
November 13, Niner Jackson Tower, runway 19er, cleared for takeoff, wind 210 at 21, gust 29er.
19, clear for takeoff, 1399. Boy, I picked a heck of a day to take off on this airport. Huh? All right, the winds are
November 7 Sierra Bravo, do you have 2 usable radios on your aircraft?
okay.
November 7 Sierra Bravo, if you could do me a favor, change both of them to 123.45 and do a radio
now with this
test.
you have to be very careful to not over torque the engine.
Yourself. It is extremely loud on the radios. Come back to me when you're done. That's 123.45, 2345. And then again, tune both of them there and you'll be able to hear yourself. You can hear how loud it is.
Got just a trim on that, my gosh. Yeah, that dude needs to change his thing. That's ridiculous. Alright, so we're going to go to
Citation 3499er Mike, Phoenix departure, afternoon radar contact.
We're going to go to
20 south of the Flagstaff VOR.
flight
Climb
level
and maintain
change.
14,000, Sedona altimeter 3017. Number 99er Mike, contact Albuquerque Center 128.45 for higher.
So we'll turn off these.
Number 13999er, contact Salt Lake City Center.
Over to Salt Lake, 1399, see ya. Alright, 13325, go over there. 13325. Salt Lake Center, November 1399er, Alpine 2, 8,000 for 15,000, climbing via the SID.
Number 13999er, Salt Lake City Center, radar contact, climb and maintain 16,000.
Climb maintain 16,000, 1399er.
Albuquerque, citation 3499 Mike, climbing through 13,000 to hold at 14,000.
Number 3499er Mike, Albuquerque Center, climb and maintain flight level 230.
23099 Mike.
Number 99er Mike, turn left heading 050, direct to Winslow VOR when able.
050, direct to Winslow, 99 Mike.
That was the headset noise cancellation thing. Alright, so RPMs are down, everything's at the green. Like I said, with this plane, you gotta really watch it. You will blow up. That says, get me on Discord somewhere, I'll pronounce it for you. It would make sense once I say it, though you're the first one to not get it after I spell out how it sounds. Yeah, no surprise there. Granted, Cat Strader got it right when he first read the spelling. Yeah, but Cat Strader's been streaming for years, and he's very good at it. I've only been streaming for a relatively short period of time, and I'm getting better at it, but I'm in no means
Alpha, contact Denver Center 118.57.
as good as some other streamers, like
Number 99 Mike, contact
him, for example, or like John Fly, or
3432, 99 Mike.
it's the other one I like watching. I like watching the Citation Max. He's fun to watch. So I do watch the other streamers, and it's just, I'm just not as
Citation 3499 Mike, climbing through 18,000
animated,
for 24.
I guess you could say.
Number 3499 Mike, Albuquerque Center, climb and maintain flight level 270.
99 Mike, up to 27.
Denver Center, correction, Vision Jet 789, you'll be pleased to know it's smoothed out.
Number 789er, roger, thanks.
Turn on the
Number
oxygen.
Number 893 Mike Alpha, flight level 250.
Above 12,000 feet.
Number 893 Mike Alpha, Denver Center, good afternoon. Send at pilot's discretion to maintain flight level 190, report leaving flight level 250.
Yeah, I'm getting some icing, so let's see if...
Discretion flight level 190, report leaving 250, 893 Mike Alpha.
Let's see what that does. It's like the icing's getting worse. Do surface ice. Alright, well that got rid of the wing.
Number 7 Sierra Bravo, just
Still
as loud
climbing.
as ever. Were you able to hear yourself on the other frequency? Yeah, I double checked when you were on it. For some reason, you only had one radio tuned to it, so if you don't have both tuned, it won't work. North Shuttle 502, contact Seattle Center 135.15.
I guess that's alright.
Seattle Center 135.15, North Shuttle 502.
Why does it have two pumps? I don't get that. Should turn that back off.
Number 7 Sierra Bravo, change to Albuquerque Center on, let's go 124.32.
Seattle Center, North Shuttle 502, flight level 360.
Let me see, I didn't finish what you wrote. That's Cat's Rider got it right away, but has since forgotten and just pronounces it the way he does regardless. Won't offend me. Oh, so he got it the first time and then he messed it up
700
after that? That's funny. Speaking of F's economy, let me make sure that I am showing. I should do on the ground. All right, I'm showing en route.
Clear to Denver International Airport. Rugged 1 departure. Purdy transition that is filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 350 within 10 minutes of departure.
Climb.
Departure frequency 135.5.
Now we'll pick up some speed, I reckon.
5464. Do not exceed 230 knots in the climb until advised.
You can tell I don't have any ortho scenery for this area. I just don't fly in this area that often, so why take up more hard drive space?
Albuquerque Center 667 Bravo. Cancel flight following. I'm going to abandon this flight.
Yeah, please do.
Number 7 Sierra Bravo, roger. Thank you. Radar service terminated. Squawk maintain VFR for exchange approved.
Bravo.
Delta 700, say again, squawk code only, it was stepped on.
The problem is with that guy's headset, I bet you any amount of money he's
Delta
using a real-world aviation headset. And then they have these adapters for the real-world headsets to use in your computer. Well, it overmodulates those all the time. And I know people like to use the real-world headsets because it adds to the realism. But at what cost? I mean, you were killing everybody else's ears just so you can have the same headset that you know that you wear in the real plane. But yeah, it's not the best idea. Why do I feel like I am off course? No, I'm going to Kickney. Just looking at that. Does Alpine 2 have an overlay? Yes, it does. No, I'm on course. This map makes it look weird. But see, Jackson Holes, I was there, so it's like the map is off a little bit. Let's bust down the range. Now we're up to a whopping 140 miles an hour, knots.
Kodiak 13909, let me know when you have the weather at Pocatello with request.
Roger, 1399. I don't know. Let me see what the weather is. It's windy. Gosh.
Tower Center 803 Mike Alpha, leaving at level 250.
Number 3 Mike Alpha, thanks.
Where's Jackson? Here's Jackson Hole. We're coming over here. 26 knot. This is going to be a fun landing. Let's do ILS. Two-one. So do ILS from LOM. What does LOM stand for? Oh, well, I could do this. LOM. Did that? No, that put me somewhere else. So LOM is that LOM? No.
North Shuttle 502, Senate final discretion, maintain flight level 240.
It's
Descending up for the
no, it's D whatever that thing. I can't remember. ADF. It's ADF. So So I could do. I'll just ask him if I can do ILS 21. We'll see what he says.
Albuquerque 99 Mike is slant Zulu, request climb to 330.
It's like it's snowing there too.
Citation 34999 Mike, Roger, and I'll make the change, climb and maintain flight level 330.
99 Mike to 330, thank you.
Salt Lake Center, Kodiak 1399. Current with weather. Can you vector for ILS 21 or is that too low for you? 1399.
November 13999, yeah, it looks like that I can. It'll just be a long final.
I think it's snowing there and I'm not think I'm going to have a choice, but Yeah, we'll stick with ILS 21.
November 13909, roger. Yeah, your options are either take it from the Idaho Falls VOR, or I can vector you to, I guess, the final approach fix, or the initial approach fix. You do procedure turn. We could try vectors to final. Again, my minimum vectoring altitude out in that area looks like it's about 9,000 is as low as I'm going to be able to go.
How about vectors to the IAF, the THE 1399? Looks like the ADF.
Yeah, we can do vectors to Tyhe, and then you can take the outbound course of procedure turn there. You can expect that.
Roger. Tyhe, and I'll do the procedure turn from there. It sounds good. 1399. All right. So I totally butchered the name of that, but that's fine.
13909 for now. Proceed direct the Pocatello VOR, and expect vectors Tyhe.
Clear direct to Pocatello VOR, and then vectors to Tyhe 1399. All right, so we're going to, what is it, PIH? So PIH. Is it right over the airport?
From RSK to Cones, ETL to set up for the RNAV approach into Telluride.
Okay, guys, 2 at the exact same time. I think I heard 909er Mike will start there.
Let's just do this. Let's
yeah, I would like to
hold the course. We'll do a procedure.
The RNAV approach when we get up there.
An approach. ILS 21.
November 909er Mike. Roger, you can make your request for Denver.
We'll do 909 Mike.
November 8903 Mike Alpha, descend and maintain 15,000 Farmington, altimeter 3002. Let me know when you have the ATIS.
Is that right? I'm looking at this.
We'll get the ATIS. Sorry, say again the altitude.
PI. Let's enter that.
Stepped on again. November 8903 Mike Alpha, Farmington, altimeter 3002. Descend and maintain 15,000. Advise with the ATIS.
It's 4652.
3002. Descend 15,000. We'll get the ATIS. 3 Mike Alpha.
And I think it's November 791 Juliet Romeo looking for Seattle. I'm sorry, I was dealing with airborne aircraft. What is your request? And where are you?
$46.52. We'll do 46.60, and then we'll load that. And then that will give us a procedure turn at
1 Juliet Romeo, verify equipment suffix
76.
Alright, 4,000 is not going to do either. Stand by.
And then we'll come up here and we'll put in the ILS, which is 110.3. Picked a heck of a day to come here. And then we'll go heading, we'll dial in a course for the ILS. .211.
Number 7901 Juliet Romeo is cleared to Olympia Airport, Blaco 1 departure, Blaco, directly Tacoma VOR, then via Victor 187, Olympia VOR direct, climb and maintain 6,000, departure with Seattle 120.4, squawk 1501, hold for release.
This is going to be quite the challenge going down there. So procedure turn inbound.
November 1 Juliet Romeo, read back is correct. Call me back on this frequency when you're short of the runway and ready to go first in line.
You lost VFR capabilities here.
X-ray,
yeah,
ground.
you
I
think?
hear you loud and clear.
So, Tai-He, which I guess is pi, right? So that's the IAF that I selected, which is this, it's an ADF.
2702, 99 Mike.
And then he's going to do the procedure turn outbound, so that means we can cross Tai-He at or above 7,600 for the outbound procedure.
Number 3499 Mike, Denver Center.
So he's directing me to go to Pocatello VOR, where he's going to turn me around to go vectors to Tai-He, and then we're going to come out and we're going to do a procedure turn. So at about 11.6 DME of PIH identified ILS. This PIH is the same thing that you'll see up here, PIH 11.6 DME. So then we're going to grab outbound. So we're going to
99 Mike down to 250.
go outbound on the localizer for 11.6, and then we're going to head up to 346 at 7,600. We'll come back in. We'll intercept the localizer
010 heading 99 Mike.
Until we get to Tai again, which is not only is it the initial approach fix, but it's also the final approach fix in this case, where we have about 3.8 miles till we get to 200 feet radar altitude, 4652 MSL, to make our decision. So I'm going to write this down, 11.6 DME. We will make a procedure turn north 346,
and we have information. Quebec to request the
and then we'll make a right turn toward 166 to intercept at 7.6 or higher, and then we can intercept the glide slope at 6,000, and then we'll be fine. So that's what you call IFR procedure right there. Never done ADF, yeah, me too. I've never done this approach or an ILS like this one before. You load in random weather with VFR settings, and I tell them I have Zulu. Yeah, a lot of people do that. I just like using real world weather. Like, you know, I bought the injector for it. I have FS Global Real Weather. I got the real weather.
Center 133.25, please.
Was that for 1399er?
Negative, November 5, 6, 7, 8, 9er.
Can you not just enter at the final approach fix? No, because of the where to go. So because of the mountains, it's safe, right? So you have this 10 miles. It's safe. So you come in. He's going to vector me backwards, right? So you come into the procedure turn outbound. So you have to come in from this way. And when you come over Tai-He, you got to be at least 7,600 to enter the initial approach fix. See,
November 5,
or
6, 7, 8,
I could go to Idaho Falls and come down here. But see how that's out of my way? So that's why we're doing it this way instead of using the Idaho Falls IAF. So there's two IAFs, or maybe more than two, but I only see two. Is there another one? No, it's mainly only 2. So basically the final approach fix is the initial approach fix. So I could, like, that's why Marcus said I could do Idaho Falls or I could do Tyhee. So I'm doing Tyhee so I don't have to come all the way the heck up here. And then he's going to turn me around. I'm going to cross over Tyhee at 7,600, do a procedure turn, and then I can descend to 6,000 when we come back in. So I can cross Tyhee at 6,000 to cross the glide slope, whatever. So you have 10 miles here that you're safe at 7,600.
November
Otherwise,
791
this is
Juliet
your safe
Romeo,
altitudes.
Release for departure now. Clearance is voided.
From
not off by
the ADF
Zulu, time now 2046.
going in these directions,
by 2053, call
out
back
here you're safe 10,700,
frequency changes approved.
here you're 7,900, here 6,800, and this is a 25-mile radius. So he's going to use this for minimum vector altitude to have me come in. He probably won't have me go any lower than 7,900, so probably like 8,000.
Number 3 Mike Alpha Airport 12
so he's not going to do 7.6. He's going to do 7.9 or higher as a air traffic controller, and then I got to come in this way. So if I had to guess, he's going to tell me to 8,000 across pi. If that makes any sense.
Salt Lake City Tower fighting 295, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff, wind to 290 at 9er.
Ground speed's probably 154, yeah, it's slow because of the headwind. It looks like you're coming in at an angle to intercept it still. So, yes. If I was VFR, then I could just
descend at pilot discretion, maintain 12,000.
Descend pilot discretion, maintain 12,000, 1399. So he told me descend at pilot discretion. So that doesn't mean I need to descend now.
North Shuttle 502,
so when I do descend, I need to tell him. So
yes, we have the
to figure out my top of descent, the airport is
North Shuttle 502, you look for an instrument approach, or we don't
44, so we'll say 45. So we're going to go
we can do division approach, North Shuttle 502.
45.
North Shuttle 502, expect visual approach to, let's go runway.
So we got 14 minutes to our
visual approach, runway 22.
Top of descent. And
division approach to runway 22, North Shuttle 502.
I don't know how you do the. I'll probably descend way before 14 minutes.
Number 3 Mike Alpha.
But, so I can't just vector in. Well, see, the ATC guy, he has to vector me, so he has to keep me.
We'll see ya.
He can only vector me.
118.9 or 3
Let me go back to the chart.
Delta 700, contact departure.
So he has to abide by this circle, basically, 25 miles, right? From pi. And this is pi. So even though I'm coming down this way, he can't get me down to the glide slope altitude of 6,000. He has to stick with this 7,900 or see how this is 10,700 for 220. So he's almost restricted to this 10,700 because of the way I'm coming. And because of the weather, I have to be vectored. So he's telling me to go here. He's going to turn me back around and vector me to tie. So it's the only way that it can be done with
Roger that check,
ATC
thank you.
is that he has to have me come back this way for the procedure turn, just because he can't get me much lower than these figures here. So it's like they're going to be doing a dance in
Mike
here.
Alpha Farmington Tower, thank
Hopefully
you.
I have enough fuel.
Cleared to land, wind 280 at 21. Gust
I don't even know where the fuel gauge is on this thing. Before the backtrack, I mean, ground speed is 0 if you can't see the yeah, ground speed is 0. So I'm coming down. Oh, you know what? These things pop out, I think. There we go. So I'm coming down here, right? This is the ILS. See that procedure turn? And these are all the mountains. So he has to keep me, he wants me to go to the VOR, which is what I'm doing. And then he'll vector me back to pi, which is like here. And then I have to come out, and then he'll clear me to do the approach. So then once I'm clear to do the approach, I'll do my own procedure turn inbound. So, because I'm coming this way. And like I said, the only other IAF initial approach fix is Idaho Falls VOR.
November 1 Juliet Romeo, turn right heading.
So that would have been a long way.
Direct Tacoma.
So that's why we're doing it this way. So you have to come down here, you have to backtrack, do the procedure turn, and then inbound. Alright, so we're going to go to...
700, yeah, we've got to wait until you get past the downwind arrivals. So you're just crossing that area now. In general, you can see that on the Bravo chart if you get an idea as to what we're looking for. Delta 700, clear direct, Bub, to join the departure, incline via the SID.
Salt Lake Center, 1399er, leaving 16,000.
Or 1399er, thank you.
All right.
Mike is leaving 33,000 for 25.
So we're going to
99er Mike, roger.
Come down there, and we're going to do 3009.
And 99er Mike, just confirm still on that 010 heading.
Yeah, it is.
Pick up speed.
010, Mike.
99er Mike, roger. Just let me know when you're able to get the weather at Telluride. You might still be a bit out.
99 Mike.
Altimeter is set for Pocatello. Yeah. Actually, do 1,000 feet per minute. Keep up the speed.
Heading 230 vectors Tahi.
Heading 230 vectors for Tahi 1399. 230.
Delta 700, resume normal speed if you have it.
It's 230. And then we're going to go to localizer on the courses. Let me make sure that's right. 211, so that's right. And we're identified PIH, so the localizer, that's correct for the airport. So back that down 12 miles. And what's it, 135.62.
Pocatello RGNL information kilo.
Alright, so I got 3009, winds 240 at 26.
Visibility more than 10.
It's going to be a fun landing.
Sky conditions 1,800 scattered, 9,000 few, 30,500 broken.
It's snowing.
-2, dew point -7.
I'm gonna turn on this anti-icing again,
Shuttle 502 to set and maintain 10,000.
just so I don't forget.
Descend and maintain 10,000, no shuttle 502.
Delta 700, contact Salt Lake City Center 135.77.
Where's the fuel tank on this thing? This is why you've avoided IFR. Oh, it's fun. Did I explain it well enough? Like, I like teaching, but I'm not saying I'm very good at it. Did I explain it to where you understood why all the vectoring? You know, if it was like clear weather, we wouldn't even be doing this, you know, I just would land, but because you can't see anything and it's snowing and icing, and we have no choice but to do this. And why is it still so cold?
November 3 Mike Alpha, stay on my frequency taxi to the ramp via Alpha.
It's like 15. See, now it goes up, so it's like, that's so weird. Now it heats up. 22 Celsius is like 73 degrees Fahrenheit.
Number 1 Juliet Romeo, advise when you have the ATIS at Olympia.
Let's do terrain so we don't kill ourselves. We'll go to 7 miles. So here's Pi. He's going to vector me back into Pi. And then we'll do a procedure turn at 11 something DME. Here's the distance. That's DME from the ILS.
Number 909 Mike, contact Denver Center 118.57, report your heading.
99 Mike, over to 118.57. Denver Center, citation 3499 Mike is at 25,000, heading 010.
But yeah, man, don't avoid IFR. It's needed.
Number 3499 Mike.
You know, the knowledge
Denver
is needed
Center.
because if you don't know how to do IFR stuff,
7,000. I'm sorry, you said you had the
there's no way I'd be able to get into this airport. I can't see
I
squat.
wasn't able to get it last time.
I would go right into a mountain.
Check it now if possible.
Number 3499 Mike, descend at Pilot's discretion, maintain 17,000. Telluride altimeter is 29906.
29906, descend to.
See, the localizer's not registering anymore because I'm too far out. He's going to probably bring me down about here
November 1 Juliet Romeo, Roger,
and then
the
vector
ILS work for you
me
today?
this way. That'd be my guess. Right about here, he'll tell me to go direct to Pi to do the procedure inbound, so he'll probably tell me to go to like 8,000 or something to do this. Where's my gas? Alright, so we got 3009.
Number 667 Sierra Bravo 2 clearance, loud and clear. Number 13999, turn right direct Taihee, cross Taihee at or above 10,000, clear the ILS runway 21, approach Pocatello, report established on the localizer inbound.
Clear direct to Taihee, cross Taihee at or above 10,000. Cleared ILS 21 approach, and I think you said advise when established final 1399.
99 Mike is back on frequency, unable to get weather at Telluride at this month.
For 3499 Mike, the latest weather I have for Telluride as of 2035, wind 28013, gust 24. Visibility 1/2 mile.
Man, his
Heavy
rain looks
snow,
weird.
Ceiling broken 600 feet. Overcast 1,400. Altimeter 2996. Do you have approach request today?
And
Yes,
19-1 is tower.
would like to do the RNAV Yankee from ETL.
So then I'm just gonna fly, I'm gonna hand fly it, or heading wise, for
No 3499
the
Mike.
reciprocal
Clear
of
direct
211.
cones, cross cones at
211 minus 1, I mean, 211 plus 180 is 391.
99 Mike, clear direct to cones, cross at 15,000
So I'll set
or
the
above.
heading for 391. Well, that is not, there's no such thing as 391. 211. Be 031.
3670 Bravo 2 on clearance, stand by.
Okay. Alright, so now we're going to turn outbound, and I'm going to go to heading.
Car shuttle 502, descend and pass discussion, maintain 6,000.
So now we're going to count the DME, which is
Descending up at decision to 6,000, North Shuttle 502.
distance 4. So we can do the DME at basically
The North Shuttle 502, fly heading 340 vector, visual approach.
Fly heading 340 for vectors, North Shuttle 502.
And then we had to cross over pi at 10,000, so we could go lower to, the chart says 7.6, right? So we can go down to 7.6.
3232 X-ray, Olympia ground, standby.
So now we're going to go down to 7,600.
Sir 1 Julie Romeo, turn right heading 265 vector ILS, runway 17 approach.
DME 11.6. We are at
Under 1 Julie Romeo, to maintain 3,000.
okay.
There's 6670 Bravo, go ahead.
So we go 346.
Golden Eagle 6670 Bravo, departure frequency will 125.1 and squawk.
And we'll do.
1555.
I left all the landing lights on earlier. That's alright. So this is why you do the procedure turn this way instead of this way, because you got mountains over here. And then we can go back inbound, right turn to 166.
Or 32 X-ray, any airport within our coverage area, if it does not have a clearance delivery, you can make their request with the ground. Go ahead with your request.
So we're holding 7,600 basically until we're established. And I'm making the right turn. So we're going to arm nav to intercept the localizer. There's the localizer. Fly right through it. That's all right.
Duke 11141 Billings clearance, standby.
Go to heading. And we'll re-grab it.
Number 32 X-ray, clear to Spokane Airport. Yelm 5 departure to Olympia. As filed.
And then we can lower the altitude to 6,000 even.
1 0 minutes after departure, 10,000 set available for directional flight.
We can go down to
Departure
6,000.
frequency 120.4, squawk 5053.
So we can cross pi at 6,000, which you'll see here. So we have to cross pi at 6,000. We did our procedure turn. Now we're going to go 6,000.
Yeah, request descent to 13,000 for our initial approach fix.
Nutter Mike, unfortunately, I can't get you any lower than 15,000 due to the minimum vectoring altitude in your area. Just because of the intercept angle to the VOR, you'll have to do the procedure turn anyway, so you're expected to descend to whatever altitude is for the approach during the procedure turn. Also, traffic slightly right at your 12 o'clock, and 3 miles opposite direction, altitude indicates 14,500 Hepana.
Missed approach procedure.
Cleared for the
Get this thing to touch. There we go.
Nutter Mike, you are cleared for the approach. RNAV Yankee runway 9er approach.
So we're going to arm the approach. That's the wrong button. Alright, now we got glide slope is armed.
No 13999, are you on the localizer?
Just about to call you. Establish one final 1399er.
No 13999, thank you. Report Alpha cancellation or missed approach to this frequency, airborne or on the ground 122.2, change device frequency approved.
Change advisory frequency approved 1399er, thanks. Alright, so we're going to cancel the IFR on the ground because we want them to lock down this airport for us, which is what they're doing. So CTAF is 119.1.
0141, go ahead.
So we're going to change to CTAF. And then it's 21. Pocatello traffic, Kodiak 139. Establish on the localizer for runway 21, full stop, Pocatello traffic. Okay. Go props full. And I see you have a question about the locking down an airport. I'll take a look at that as soon as I'm on the ground. So I should capture this glide slope. Yep. So we're going to go to flaps 1, 120 knots. And then we'll hold this to the end. And I'll dial in 122.2, which is like simulating a cellular phone for when we're on the ground. I should have had all this snow textures. That would have looked really cool. I didn't think of it. But here's a good reason to why you do the procedure turn this way, because of all these mountains. So that's a good visual right there because of the terrain. Winds 250 at 26. My gosh. Slow down to about 70, 80 knots or so. Actually, I don't want full flaps. About 3/4 flaps because it's really windy. And we'll do a final of about 70 knots. Pocatello traffic, Kodiak 139, 2 mile final, 2-1, full stop. Alright, autopilot off. Let's get a feel for the winds.
Air 56789er at Denver Center on guard. What was the last frequency you were assigned?
Oh, she's talking to someone on guard. I'm like, why am I listening to her on... Okay. 250, a little bit of a right crosswind, not too bad. So I'm going to want to turn the yoke into the wind, in other words this way, when I land. Horrible landing. Obviously I don't like this that much. I need to make a note to keep power in. You go to idle and this thing, it just falls out of the sky. Alright. Alright, so we can turn the landing lights off, strobes are off.
Air Jackson, altimeter 2994, just confirm Sierra.
Cancel the IFR.
Discussion maintain 15,000 in safe approach class. Carrier 56789ers, no runway 17, runway 19ers at Jackson. Expect ILS runway 19er approach.
Alright.
Air 667 Sierra Bravo, Tucson Tower, runway 11 left, clear for takeoff, wind 280 at 4.
Salt Lake Center, Kodiak 1399er on the ground, cancel IFR.
Sir, 1399er, Salt Lake Center, thank you. IFR cancellation received. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. We'll see you. All right.
Sir, 789er, there's a Zulu.
Change that, and let me shut this. Let me shut this down real quick. All right, so we're going to turn off the oxygen. Turn off those. Fuel cutoff. Generators are off. I have like no checklist for this airplane. Let me finish that flight.
Disconnected.
All right. See what I missed here. Didn't have a good power arc. Yeah. Like I know with the TBM, I don't go to full flight idle. I leave it at about 2%. But I don't know with this airplane. I don't fly it enough to know where the proper throttle should be. I need to make a checklist for this and start making notes so I can fly it better. But yeah, I took out the power and I just fell out of the sky is what happened. The B200 from Coronado does that too. Yeah, a lot of Coronado aircraft in general will just fall out of the sky like that. You have to keep power in. In the TBM, you have to keep power in too. Make sure I got paid for that in FS Economy, which I did. That little trek gave me 4,500 almost. Anyway, what did you say earlier? So, let me see. So you do not have to follow the purple line out more straight. Also, I missed the start of this, so we'll need to watch the VOD when you upload it. Yeah, I'll upload it to YouTube. So do they tell the traffic to not get in way when they lock down the untowered? I never came across as a VFR and IFR landing at same location. Usually IFR gets canceled as it can be landed as VFR. Yeah, unless you're landing in a case like this where you don't want to cancel the IFR until after you're safely on the ground. What an IFR hold does is ATC will put a hold at this airport. One in, one out rule. So it only applies to IFR aircraft. It does not apply to anyone that wants to just take off or land VFR. It's only under radar services where they lock down. So I had an IFR hold. So no one on this ground requesting an IFR departure would have been permitted to take off until after I canceled my IFR. So that's what the IFR hold is for at untowered airports, which is exactly the same way it would be done in the real world. It's for safety. So one in, one out rule. So if you hear people getting their IFR clearances on the ground, they may say hold for release. That just means that you're not allowed to take off until you're cleared to take off. Once they clear you to take off, you're fine. But if they said hold for release and then I go to the end of the runway and I say I'm ready to depart, and they're going to be like, continue holding, there's an IFR inbound. So then I have to wait for that guy that has a hold on the airport. So all that means is an IFR holding. So once I landed, I contacted the TRACON on the simulated cellular phone of 122.2 and told them to cancel the IFR. Meaning anyone that wants to land here now can, or anyone that wanted to take off now can. So that's what that means. And so you do not have to follow the purple line out more. Now you only need to follow the procedure to 11. You start your procedure at 11.6 or after, and then you go 346 and then 166 back inbound, which is what I did. So that's what this little arrow means. Some ILSs won't have an arrow. That means there's no procedure to turn. But that was a longer flight than I anticipated, guys. I'm going to go take a break and get out of here. And I'll upload this to my YouTube channel, Chase1399 Aviation. You didn't know if they would tell VFR pilots an area to hold? No, it doesn't apply to VFR. So if IFR, they allow one in, one out. But VFR, they're on their own. They don't even, VFR has no restrictions. Like you don't even have to be in contact with ATC, you know. There's no rule for VFR. There's VFR rules. So if the visibility is such that you can fly VFR, then that's all you need. So IFR clearances and holds only apply to those who are wanting to file IFR clearances. So, you know, if the weather was nice, which is definitely not here, then you could take off and land VFR. You don't even need permission, you know, because it's a non-towered airport. So it's just to make sure, tell VFR in the, no, they would never tell VFR pilots that they've got someone inbound, because there's no guarantee that VFR is tuned in to the same frequency as the Salt Lake Center frequency that I was on. In most cases, the VFR traffic would only be on the CTAF frequency, the one that I used to tell the people at the airport that I was inbound. So no one at the airport, unless they called clearance, would even know there's an IFR hold unless they've already been in contact with ATC. You angled and cut around sooner? No, the only thing that procedure says is that I have to fly toward the left of the localizer, do a U-turn, and come back. So it doesn't have to be an exact science to when you make that turn, as long as you make that turn after the initial approach fix, which was 11 point something DME. So once I made that turn, then I was clear. So I didn't have to go by, you know, the purple line or whatever the GPS said. That's not, you know, exact. I was asking if they tune into CTAF. No, ATC would never tune into a CTAF. They have their own frequencies. So the IFR clearance is only for people who are in communication with ATC. ATC is never going to dial in a CTAF. They don't care about people in a pattern or people talking on the radio. They're only interested in the people that are flying IFR. And people that are flying IFR will never talk to ATC on a CTAF frequency. It will never happen. Unless the CTAF is the same as a towered airport. You know, sometimes you can have a towered airport that's manned during the day, and then it turns into a CTAF after hours. You know, which is just it's just an advisory channel for the airport. So if you're on VFR, because they say don't take off, but if I'm in a GE, I can take off anyway. If you're at a towered airport, if you're in direct communication with ATC, then you can't take off. But there's no ATC. This is an untowered airport. So you know, people can do whatever they want here unless ATC instructs them otherwise. But there's no ATC for this airport. Only the ATC only happens for an approach or after you've departed. So if there is a procedure for this airport for taking off, that's what ATC will use, which is it's a ODP, an obstacle departure procedure. And I don't know if this airport has a so PIH. So we'll come down here. They have a departure procedure. So this is the procedure you'd have to use to take off IFR, right? This is the only legal procedure that you can use to take off in this weather that we're currently having. Or you could use a ODP, but since they have a SID, you don't need to worry about an ODP. This is an ODP. So you would use this and you would talk to Salt Lake Center for your departure. So you would file this and you would file the NARL 1 to whatever transition you want. But this is what you would file to take off from this airport. But yeah, I know about towered communications. Yeah, I was just letting you know the difference between the CTAF and the towered. So if you have a towered airport, naturally you talk to tower, they give you the takeoff clearance. But at a CTAF airport like this one, you can take off VFR with no communication with ATC at all. If you take off IFR, then they will assign you the departure frequency, and then they'll tell you you're released to take off. You fly that SID. Once you're in the air, then you let CTAF know you've already taken off, whatever. You switch to Salt Lake and let them know you're in the air on course, on the SID, whatever. And that's how it's done. I'm going to go take a break, y'all. I've been sitting here forever. My back is killing me. So I will talk to y'all later, Daz, Gizmo, Ginnigans, whoever else I might have missed. Y'all have a good afternoon, and I will catch you tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow. See you, bud. Thanks. Appreciate the chat, as always.
Three, four left.
010 to join, clear visual, 34 left, gust 4088.
Okay, with 48 traffic, 1 o'clock, 3 miles, runway 35, Lear's got a 9,000.
34 left is E175 at 8,500.
And traffic inside, Jet 675.
Jet 386, contact Pocatello.
Skywest 182 Alpha, turn right heading 070, is at normal speed.
82 Alpha.
And when you are direct firing, please advise.
10 at 125.7. So long.
Delta 1645, departure radar contact, on maintain, level 230.
5230, Delta 1640. Goes 182 Alpha, we're direct to spine.
Alpha greater. Up there with Salt Lake approach. That's only 34 left for now, 35 still on request, standby.
7 goes here.
Delta 2375, descend and maintain 6,500.
Sending 6,500, Delta 2375.
Skywest 37 to 35, reduce speed to 170, base turn 2 miles. Lear 7 Gulf Sierra, reduce expect runway 35.
Expected 35, thank you so much. 7 goes here.
Send via the Nordic 6, right?
0.95, check in with the speed. LJ 145, increase speed 2280.
Speed 280 knots, LJ 145.
Report to site, Delta 2375.
Delta 2375, turn left heading 010 to join final, so this approach, right 34 left.
010 to join the final, clear the approach on 34 left, Delta 2375.